Hi, I'm Brian O'Keefe, assistant coach here at the International Training and Research Center and also assistant coach for Team USA. Today we're going to talk about the importance of targeting. Not only is it important just to have a target so that when we start to make adjustments, either left or right on the lane, we know kind of where we're targeting and where we can move that target to make that adjustment in terms of hitting the pocket. But also the distance that we're looking on the lane in reference to our target. If we generally target the arrows, if we bring that target back closer to us, more towards the dots, that's generally going to get the ball into a roll a little sooner for more heavier oil patterns or when your ball is not quite making it up to the pocket. Conversely, if we look a little farther down the lane from our normal target, if we generally target the arrows maybe 2 or 3 feet past the arrows, that's going to let the ball skid a little farther when the lanes start to dry out and should get your ball farther down the lane so we don't have to move as much left or right laterally. We have Kim here today. She's going to show us 3 shots, one looking at her general target, which is at the arrows, and then one a little closer, and then one farther down the lane. And we'll see how that changes her ball reaction. Here's Kim targeting where she normally targets, which is at the arrows. And you can see as the ball is rolling down the lane, it just doesn't quite get up to the pocket to carry the 10 pin. So now we've moved the target closer to the foul line, right around where the dots are. So as you can see, as this ball is rolling down the lane, it gets into a roll a little bit quicker, goes more high flush, and carries out that 10 pin. And lastly, we've now moved the target a couple feet past the arrows where Kim normally targets. You can see as this ball is rolling down the lane, it just goes a little bit longer, doesn't quite get into a roll, and comes up light of the pocket. So remember, by making those subtle little changes in terms of the distance that we're looking on the lane, it can be that small little fine-tuning in terms of ball motion that you need to strike consistently. We have our normal target, and if that's just not quite working, we can bring our eyes a little bit closer to us, more around the dots, and that should get the ball into a roll a little bit sooner. Or conversely, if the lanes are drying out, we can bring our target a little bit farther down the lane, a little bit longer past the arrows, and that'll make the ball go farther down the lane before it makes its turn to the pocket.